in Tennessee, when he is working his minimum wage job, he is supposed to give 50% of his paycheck to the 11 women that he fathered these children with, and they are supposed to divide it equally. The problem is some of the women are only getting $1.49 because he does work minimum wage. So just this week he appeared in court, and he's asking the court to give him a break on those payments, on the $1.49 that he's giving to.
A man in Tennessee has 30 children with 11 different women, and he is 33 years old.
Now, this here's the future for you barebacking ass simps. Running around, man, not wearing condoms. You want to feel the juice. You want to feel the you want to feel the slickness, the wetness. You want to feel the gripness, the tightness. You want to feel that grip tight around your shit. You want to feel that shit that you yamming that shit to squeeze just squeeze everything up out of you. You busting every motherfucking weird all up in there, man. You want to feel this shit. But you don't want to pay child support. You want to pay you don't want to pay the actual consequences that come behind this. 30-something years old with 30-something kids, $1-something a month, $40-something a month basically total. Like, what the fuck? And you asking for a remodification or something on your payments or whatnot? Why? You're not basically paying nothing. I don't get it. Now, when I was doing time, when I was in prison, when you doing time and you working inside their prison system, or you get the money that you receive, they take a certain percentage off what you get that you're receiving from family or whatnot. And but that's only if you get it set up like that. But if you working in there, you ain't got to they're going to take it regardless. But if you get money sent by family, if you get it set up to where you can have some of that deducted out, that's cool. That'll help you out. But they don't take as much when you're doing time. But dude, you on the streets. This is crazy, man. We're going to skip past the intro because I'm doing, it's halftime. I just did a last video in the halftime. So halftime might be over. So I'm going to shoot a couple videos. And we're going to get it cracking, man. Y'all already know. I know how to reach me, man. Everything's there in my about section. Like, share, subscribe to the notification bell, fellas. Like, share, subscribe to the notification bell. And like I said, y'all know how to get at me. But this is the future for you guys. Who's running around here just letting off in different women, thinking that it's cool to bust these nuts. You want all these baby mamas. When in all nationality, man, you know, to be honest with you, a lot of times, these dudes don't be wanting these women to go nowhere, so they knock them up. Let's keep it real. How many of you women out here that's watching this right now, you got a baby you wasn't expecting? Because all you want to do is get out of a relationship. All you want to do is go on by your business. All you want to do is dump his ass off and do what you got to do for you, the child, and grow in that way. But he stood his ass around. He didn't want to go nowhere. He was cutting holes in the condom, or he'd slip it in you without the condom. He'd hold it in you, try to do what he do to knock you up, to keep you in place. A lot of guys are like that. I know a dude right now, bro, that got like 7 baby mamas and 13 fucking kids. And he had those kids out of revenge. And his revenge was them not wanting him no more. A lot, I ain't gonna say he had them all like that, but a few of them he had out of revenge. Yeah. He admitted to it. They even said it. I done talked to him. We did some kind of counseling. I mean, bro, yeah. Real talk. But he fucked himself in the future. Now look at the guy in the video. He don't look like he's doing so good, right? We ain't gonna judge him off his clothes and his shoes and things of that nature. We just judging him off his overall aura, kind of energy he possesses. He's sitting down, head down. He don't look like he's doing so good. And it could be his clothes, and it could be that shit just as well, you know? But he put that on himself. And a lot of you guys put that on yourself. Y'all don't think about your future. Y'all don't think about the later on. You don't think about what you could possibly be doing later on in life, or what you could become, how you can invest. You don't think about these things that's best for your future. Your future, not the chick's future. You know, you gave her, you gave her a kid, and now you got to give up some money possibly for the rest of your life. Because that dollar and something that he's paying, it's still accumulating and it's going into the rears to the rears, that's what it's called, for the backup, and all that shit's gonna be stacked up on him. So by the time them kids are 18 years old or whatnot, he's probably gonna be owing probably $1 million. If not a tad bit less, if not a tad bit more, man. Real talk. And that's gonna be a debt, a burden upon him until he die. Real talk. You think they're gonna let up off him? Or unless the moms go down there and sign it off, they can sign that shit back. If they go sign it off, sign it back to where they don't want to receive nothing, just let him go, and they can do it like that, yeah. But if they got any kind of state assistance from the state government or whatnot, such as ambulance rides, TANF, medical ambulance ride, that ain't got nothing to do with medical. They can have Medicaid and be treated in the hospital. It won't have nothing to do with the ambulance ride. Ambulance ride, that's a whole different system. A lot of that shit adds up. Real talk. A lot of different shit adds up. And you look up, you got to pay the state 4, 5, 10 bands. And if you can't pay off the $1 million that's stacked up on you, how the fuck you can't, you definitely ain't gonna be trying to pay them 10 bands. So you're gonna want her to at least write all that shit off so you can be prepared to pay them that 10 bands. If you can get it. If you can accumulate it. And I'm not talking about every man. I'm talking about this man in this video. He don't look like he's working. He looks like he's down on his luck, especially asking for that remodification like that to be dropped down to a couple dollars. Because if he was working, he ain't going to ask for a damn thing. You're in the system. We going to take what the fuck we want. That's how the government is. We going to remodify your ass without you knowing. And you owe back, we going to come for ours. You going to be penniless. Every income tax, garnished. The majority, like 75% of your check, gone. Every week, every 2 weeks when you get garnished. Real talk. You don't have a life. You can't have fun. You can't move around like you want to. You need somebody to drive you around because they took your license and shit. Because you got to pay every month to keep your license going. You got to pay child support every month to keep your license active in certain states. Okay, I know in Missouri you do, and what other state? Colorado? No, not Colorado. Utah. I know a dude up in Utah. You got to do that. I know a couple states like that. Then you got some states that don't do the child support thing, But if you within that state, taxes and shit like that, you hit like good. Well, you hit like some of that good cookies, man. Shout out to Burner out the Bay, man. You hit real good. Well, whose fault is that? Certain jobs you got to get under the table. You can't get with your Social Security. You can't gain certain access to certain type of banking systems, some type of Fidelity, Edward Jones investments and shit like Webull. You can't do none of this type of shit because you owe a major debt to the government, to the state. And they bigger than student loans and all that type of shit. They gonna come for theirs. Real talk. You can kind of manipulate, waiver yourself out of student loan, sign certain petitions, certain shit, and may get certain percentages dropped. That ain't happening with the government. They need every penny, every dime, or you find your ass locked up doing time. And I'm surprised he ain't locked up doing time, and that's crazy. With that many kids probably owing that much. See the obstacles you got to overcome, fellas, just because you thinking with your dick, just because you want to bust a fucking nut. Because you feeling yourself in that moment, you feeling her in that moment, not thinking about later on, my man, we may not be rocking later. I may not be feeling her. Like, it may not be like, you ain't thought about none of that. It's just that time in that moment. That let me know right there, a lot of you guys can't think past go. And let me know right there, a lot of you guys don't even think ahead. Y'all can't even think 1 step or 2 steps ahead, let alone 10 steps ahead. Whose fault is this? His or the women? It's his fault. Yeah, they opened their legs to him. They was feeling him, telling what he had going and what he was saying. Or they was feeling, they could have been feeling him for him at that time. But it was his fault. It's his fault. Because it's his responsibility to protect himself. He chose not to. This is what he got to deal with. And a lot of you guys out here dealing with this. Put your dick in your pants. Wrap on a condom. Wrap it up like the 90s commercial. Wrap that motherfucker up. Or not have a life. Trust me, you will want to have a life more so than having 30 to 40 fucking kids, man. You will want to have a life. That's real talk. So fellas, don't jump off into this lifestyle. Pussy may be good, she may be bad, everything may be going smooth at that time. You might want to feel that motherfucker bareback, man. You better go get them new bearskin condoms or something. And think about your future. We're gonna get back to this game. Like these videos, share them, and subscribe, fella. You already know it's a message. Holla.